dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you. I say one dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you.
Being the 23rd of October 2022, this is Chief Abundance. It is exactly 8:29 in the morning on the continent of Africa. What are we talking about today? We're talking about the idea of TAC Diasporan City and the benefits that if we come together speaking in one voice, we can counteract any financial crisis. May I say to all the Tacians, the system at present is not your friend. The system at present is not our friend. So let's go into some aspects, because abundance, when you are making pronouncement, you have to defend it. It's just like a bachelor or master or doctoral student defending his thesis. You must present the pros and the cons, because I had to do it when I'm writing my finals. And so let's look at what it is now. And this audio will not be able to complete it because it's too much. But let us look at what we have now, presently. And the idea of TAC Diasporan City, where TAC will be able to spend to build businesses, to build homes, to send your children to school, to access to every service there is within the city. And once we begin in the city, trust me, you will not need to approach your government for anything. They will come to us. All what we need to do, can we be meaningful and follow instruction for once? Let's look at visa, money transfers, access to loan, foreclosure, health care, education, basic drinking water, proper road, electricity. I'm not even going to internet, because you can live without internet. But the others, you will have difficulty if they're not there. Because at one time, we didn't have any internet. But the Internet of Things accelerate the process of wealth creation, and it make it easier to do business online. That's what the internet does. But for some, it's still a luxury item. And so look at visa. How many of us on the continent of Africa have a US visa? How many times have you applied? And some of us cannot even apply because we would not have even met the criteria. And for some of us, when we got the visa, it's 2 and 3 months, and you can only stay for a couple of weeks in the United States. Is this the system that we want to? Is this the system that we want to continue? Visa restrictions. You go to Europe, you need a visa. You go to Asia, you need a visa. You go to Canada, the US, the Caribbean. You even go from country to countries in Africa, you need a visa. Is that what we call living? Is that what you vote for on every 5 years, 7 years? You look at money transfers. You use Western Union, MoneyGram. If you use this system too often, a matter of fact, if you send money, I think more than 4 times, with these transfers, they will block you. Not only will they block you, they will block the receiver. And you cannot send any amount either. You are restricted for the amount. You're talking about your own money. Cryptocurrency bury all the strangleholds. May I say to you, Tacians, the system has controlled every movement, and they allow you to access what they desire for you to access. Look at loans. How many of you have access to loans? And when you get the loans, what happened? Look at the foreclosure that is now going on. America has 50 states, and there is a huge distress now. The top states in America that foreclosures are the highest. You have what? You have New York, you have North Carolina, California, Nevada, Maryland, Indiana, Ohio, Florida, New Jersey, South Carolina, Delaware, Illinois. And I think Illinois is the worst of all, with over 2,000 houses. And we're talking about this year alone, the foreclosure. And it's the same thing in the UK. That is why they are now trying to introduce their own digital system to control everybody, because their system is failing and has failed. Look at healthcare. Look at where we are now. Look at your community, even your major hospitals. There are a lot of operations and services that are yet not available, especially for us here in Africa, where dogs and cats can access in North America. We still don't have it. And are we still fighting? Who are you fighting? What is your purpose? What is our purpose? Is our purpose just to backbite and to be negative and to create stumbling blocks? Because I've always said that the three things that have kept us in abject poverty, three characteristics that have kept us in abject poverty: ignorance, selfishness, and greed. Greed. Look at our educational system. How many students to one teacher? In Cameroon, when I was there, it's over 200 to 1. And some schools, you can look on the outside and see the students on the inside. And for some schools, even government schools, they don't have public bathrooms. The children coming outside, and the little girls, they're baring their bottom. And the teachers are in one corner, students on one side. That is in today's world. And we're talking about an opportunity for us to come together and regain our dignity. Come together and determine the value of what we have in our hand. Basic drinking water. In Africa, you go to all the homes and the pipes, you cannot drink the water, else you get sick. I guess some people are drinking it because they have drunk it for so long that they now become immune to certain things. But when it comes to typhoid and malaria, Africa introduced me to malaria. I haven't got typhoid yet, but malaria hooked me in 2017. That when I went back home, our best physician did not know what to prescribe to me. They did not know what to prescribe to me. When I said it could be malaria, he had to go back to his physician desk reference. I am a veteran physician. A veteran. He had to go in Africa, a 2-year-old child can tell me what to use. It just shows you. So, Tacians, ask ourselves the question: is this our lot? Can we not do better? Can we not look to self once and for all? You have looked to everyone for help. Politics and religion. You have been doing that from since you were born. How old are you now? You go to political rallies, you come back begging bread. You come back with a house with no current, with no food, no water. Some of you don't even come back because the roads are so dangerous that you die on your way going and coming. You have been into religious organizations from since you were born. When you left the services on Sundays and Saturdays, you're begging your neighbors. You are begging your neighbors. Your children are prostituting on the street, male and female alike. The theft-free, the level of theft-free and break-ins is on the increase. Is because of lack of money. It's not because of lack of prayer and fasting. Let's get it to our head. Because if it was prayer and fasting, Africa would be the richest country on earth, both in resources and paper money. You would not lack anything. The amount of anointing oil in this place. Some country make the economy from Africa with anointing oil. Some country is the main industry to supply Africa with anointing oil. And after all that anointing, you come home still begging. Something is not right. Because he say he's not mocked. He's not mocked. And so, when you look at the roads, electricity, because without proper road, electricity, and the internet in today's age, you're not going anywhere. If you're not online, you're not going anywhere. Because the new economy is already mounted in space. The new economy has already launched in space. And so if you're still on the ground looking for opportunities, you will have a very difficult time. That is why the countries now want to control it. And so Tacians, TAC Diasporan City is basically at your fingertip. We have already created the group for interested persons. We have not yet secure financially the location. We have not yet announced the country, but that will be coming soon because negotiations are already be in place for the lands, how we can get them. Probably a 10, 20 acre first, and then we secure another 10, 20,000 acre first. Then we secure another 50,000 when they see that we're serious. Because nobody's going to give you 50,000 acres of land and we're not serious. We are looking for initially a capacity to hold at least 10 million in the city. With 10 million people in the city using TAC, how much you think the price of TAC will become? How much? And you will not be able, you must be a Tacian to access to the land. You cannot buy, because some people now, they will buy the land to create their businesses because it's an opportunity. And that is why they will have to partner with the city. They will have to partner with us. And so, Tacian, this is reality. We have the capacity. We are already a global organization. I am now saying to the Tacian, begin to rally around your leaders in your country. Submit your interests so that at the end of the day, when we open the application, you can be one of the first to be accepted. Because there will be permanent rewards for those who open the city. There will be permanent reward in our constitution to ensure that the city pay royalties to the families that are pioneers and founders of the city. We will decide whether it is 10, 15, 20% of total revenue that will be disbursed either quarterly or annually or whatever it is. But all that will be done because we must be rewarded to having the vision, because not everybody will come. That is why not everybody will be rewarded. And so, Tacian, I am just bringing this to you. I will come to a close here now because I want you guys to understand where the world is going, and we must create our own destiny.